my mind. Popping a Phoenix Cat.
So welcome to the podcast. Thanks for coming on. To get started, why don't you guys talk about what made you want to start making music?
Or you want to start that one out? Or?
Yeah, I guess when I was little, I watched like a lot of like music videos and like a whole bunch of like music type stuff. And one of the things that really got me into music, it's gonna sound hilarious, but one of the things that got me into music was Ferb and the Ferbettes. That band, that was probably my favorite like music band when I was like a child. And the Backyardigans really like started me as well. But I do listen to a lot of music nowadays, like Lil Nas X. Who else? Jack Harlow. This rapper named Snot. That's where I got most of my like rapping voice from and stuff like that.
Yeah, I kind of going off of what he said, like I just have all these inspirations in music, and then when I hear them, you know, talk about these really difficult subjects, like Trey was saying, you know.
When it comes to music, do you guys think you work better together or alone?
Oh, easily together. Like,
yeah, definitely.
The thing is,
together.
we have like a booth, and when we're both in that booth spitting heat, it's like we just feed off each other's energy. It's like crazy, like.
And then it gets like mad hype in there sometimes. Yeah, it's like too much to handle.
Like you can spend like 8 hours in the booth when you got somebody else there. Because when you're alone, it's like, oh well, you know, if you mess something up. But when you got someone else in the booth like encouraging you, it's like, oh yeah, like I can really do this, man. And it's like the possibilities are like infinite. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. What is each of your creative processes like?
That's a good question. My creative process, I kind of find a beat, and then I kind of like listen to it a little bit, and then I find like a melody to like go off of, and then I kind of just like start rapping, and then the words just like flow, it just comes to me.
So it's more like freestyle for you, Troy?
Sort of. I kind of write down my stuff. It really depends what song I'm writing. Like in the album that we're creating right now, I wrote down like every single line of every single bar that I did, because I like wanted to make it like perfect and kind of make it like as best as it could possibly be, you know?
Definitely.
So my creative process, I'd say a little bit differs from his, because I'm always like, just like I'll literally just be like at like the grocery store, and then all of a sudden I'll be like, yo, wait a minute, and then think of something that's like crazy. But then I just pull out my phone notes and I write it down, or even if I don't have my phone, like I'll write it down. And then when it's time to like make a song, I'll look back at all those and be like, wow, I could actually like piece these little bits and pieces together and make something like entirely different and make it like fit the subject. Like I did that a lot for the Moon Knight EP. Like we have, if you saw the track list, we have one called You Are a Toy. Like I was just picking pieces everywhere for that song.
Which musician gives you the most inspiration?
You want to go first, Trey? Or?
Yeah, like specific, or like a band, or does it have to be like a singular individual artist, or is it like a band?
It doesn't matter to me. It could be a band or a musician, or just singular musician.
Okay, well, like I said, my favorite artist at the time, as of right now, is probably either Kendrick Lamar or this rapper named like Snot. Because he's always dripped out, like always ready to go, like always has bars just ready to send in to make like music and stuff. And that's just like kind of like what I like to do, is like make my bars in advance and like freestyle and just like do whatever I want to do. And that's what's not like, it's kind of like, so yeah, that's my favorite.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say a lot of my more recent projects have been inspired by like the Tiny Meat Gang, man.
Tiny Meat Gang.
It's true. Okay. That's their name. It's their real name.
Okay.
But like for like more serious stuff, it's like I have to say like J. Cole, Eminem, like because their lyrics, they like try to tell a story and it really means something. And even though I might be saying something that might be like a little out there, like a little funny, but I want to make sure that I'm still telling a story in my song. So yeah, like the Tiny Meat Gang are a huge inspiration for that.
Definitely. Which qualities do you think make a great musician?
You gotta have patience. You gotta have patience, because it's not gonna be overnight. It's like
Definitely.
you're gonna wake up sometimes, and you know, even if your whole point is not to be famous, but just what you enjoy, you know, you still want to be out there, you still want to be heard. And sometimes you're gonna wake up and there's gonna be, you know, maybe like 2 people that heard your song, but you can't focus on the people that didn't. You gotta focus on who did. And you're gonna be like, man, that's 2 people in this world who took the time out of their day to listen to what I had to say. And then you just keep going from there, and it compounds and compounds. And you know, our most recent album, you know, it hasn't dropped yet, but we're hoping that, you know, as many people as possible listen to it. But if people don't, then, you know, we appreciate everyone that does. That's all it is.
That's definitely that's a very powerful message and very true.
Yeah, it's always about little things when you're rapping. It's always about like those little details.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Even if it's something little, like someone puts us on their Instagram story. Like if you've been on Instagram lately,
Yeah.
the people that follow me have like put our album in like their cover over everything, which is like,
Yeah, it's
super
like shows
nice
a real
and-
appreciation for like the craft and the music. And it's like, you know,
Yeah,
it's really inspiring to keep going when the fans are into it. You know what I mean?
definitely.
yeah.
Definitely. What do you think is the best song off of the Moon Knights EP, and why?
Ooh, that's a crazy question. That's like a mind
That is
boggling one.
crazy.
I mean,
So
we're gonna me and Trey
so-
probably got different answers here, but I'd love to hear what he's got to say.
yeah, we definitely have different answers. I think one that's gonna be an absolute banger, that's gonna slap, that everyone's gonna completely just like destroy with like likes and stuff, is probably gonna be Better Thank Phil. That song is so good, bro. Like I cannot wait for you guys to listen to that.
Yeah, I guess I love that one, but my favorite personally is probably just the title track. I believe it's just called The Moon Knights, and that's kind of that's what we just named ourselves off of, just because it really engulfs who we both are as people, I feel like. And the lyrics are just absolutely like out of this world at times, and I'm very excited for everyone to go out and listen to that.
Yeah, that's probably like the most like serious, like it's gonna like pop off kind of song. Like you know.
Yeah,
Sounds
dude.
crazy. Can't wait to hear it.
Yeah.
What is your favorite song that you have made, and explain the creative process in writing of that song?
My favorite song that we've ever made together is probably Bing Chilling, because it's such a like a strange title and song, but it's such a good song. Like I remember writing the lyrics for that like a week before and then rapping it, and then my house was getting too loud, so I couldn't rap at that time. So then I moved outside, and then yeah, I was just rapping in my car.
Yeah, I'm honestly gonna have to agree, because that was a really special song, because I thought that might even have been my last one with Trey, at least for a while, because I knew I was gonna be moving and I wouldn't have my, you know, I had to like relocate my booth and all that. So when the time was like crunching and we didn't have time, you know, I felt like, oh, I don't want to cut corners on this song. And you know, I feel like we didn't, though. I feel like we really put in the work and the hours, and you know, we took a great song, and I'm just proud to say that it's ours. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it did take a pretty long time. That was one of the patience things.
Yeah. What do you want people to take away from the Moon Knights EP?
Oh,
I mean-
I want to see them realize the extremely deep and passionate meaning behind all of our songs. Like, yeah, that's basically it. I want to hope everyone sees our deep meaning
yeah,
behind the Better Thank Phil, because you know you got to show your appreciation and
Yeah,
like
that's-
really go deep
yeah.
into thanking people. Like, yeah,
like you gotta.
you know?
The thing is, thank you Phil is kind of like a love letter to where we come from, you know, because we weren't always like these like popular rappers. Like there were times when we had no one listening to our stuff, so it means a lot, you know, to like thank the people who were there at the very beginning.
Yeah,
And and I think that's just one of the very powerful messages. But also like there's the song You Are a Toy, and it's like it really goes in depth of like what it means to, I guess,
like how insignificant and small we are in this big world.
Yeah, and there's so much going on in the world, but if you just don't stop and focus on like yourself and like your own path, you're gonna miss if you're just so focused on like your mistakes and stuff like that, you won't be able to see like the big picture. And that's just kind of a deep message that I feel like we should really try to hit home with this album. So
yeah, it's just like it's basically just like a Lego. Like that's basically how our albums are anyways. It's like how you always play with Legos. You build it up and you smash it. And that's how our album basically is. Like we start off at the top,
exactly,
and then throughout the songs we keep getting even better. But sometimes we can't always like compete with our competitors, and it keeps going down. But we still spit fire every day in the booth. You know what I'm talking about?
Sorry. Yes, that's definitely. How long has like the process taken of writing, producing, creating the whole Moon Knights EP? How long has it been in creation?
It's been in
the works for like at
6
least
months.
6 months. Yeah, about 6 months.
Nice.
Like we've really been putting our like heart, soul, and mind into this song.
Like
I don't think you understand how insane this album is going to be.
Yeah, I really can't wait to hear it. I'm definitely looking forward to release. Okay, so to finish us off, what is one thing you want your fans to know about each one of you?
I mean, I would just have to say like, I want them to know that I put so much into this, that it's not just something I do when I have free time. Like this is what I'm doing, you know what I mean? Like
it's like the real deal.
I want them to take us seriously, and it's like, at the beginning, like no one did, and now that we're starting to get some traction, it's like it's beautiful because it's like we get to see people start caring, and I want them to see that this is a real thing that not just we can do, but that anybody can do. And it's like, you see some of these artists that are like mega popular. It's like, anyone could be that, and just because they're not there yet doesn't mean that they don't have the potential and like the skill to get there. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's kind of like us. One of the things. Well, wait, can you repeat the question one more time? I didn't really just say it one more time.
So it's what is one thing you would want your fans to know about you?
Oh, okay. That I absolutely love Phil. I adore Phil. Like, Phil was one of the reasons why I worked from. He really got me out the slums, if you know what I'm talking about. Like we were at the bottom, and then Phil played one of our songs, and it just popped off. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for doing this. It's been
absolutely.
Yeah,
thank you for running this podcast and giving like people that aren't like at the top yet like an opportunity to get there.
Yeah, I really love doing this. It's really fun to hear like definitely a lot of underrated artists talk about.
You're doing a lot for the game. It's really appreciated.
Yeah, you definitely are. What's one of your favorite artists that you've ever reviewed on your podcast?
Right now an underrated one but like more popular definitely is Powfru. He would definitely be one of them. And then not an underrated one, like they have a lot of fame, would be like probably like Conan Gray or like Jeremy Zucker, somebody like that.
I see you.
I don't think I ever heard the underrated guy. I'm gonna have to check him out.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. Thanks for joining me again. Have a great day.